Hello, good afternoon, this is Diecast Loon. I hope you're all doing well. This afternoon's video is going to be all vintage pieces. We've got some pretty cool vintage Hot Wheels. We've got some vintage Corgi that I've never actually come across, or at least one of the pieces I've never actually seen before. So I'm looking forward to unboxing that. And we've also got some vintage Matchbox 5-packs, or should I say tube packs. But I will enlighten you all on that as the video goes on. But anyway, I think we'll do the Hot Wheels first. So, as I mentioned in the previous video, I went to that shop and found some vintage Hot Wheels. And I went back there yesterday and I come across, well, I knew he had some more. So like I said, I was going to put some back. So again, got these little horrible price tags on. So we'll just literally pull that off very quickly. There we go. So we got this. Now this took a bit of research to find out what it is. I had an idea. It almost looks like a DeLorean, but it's not. It's called a Turismo apparently. So it is a vintage Hot Wheels Turismo, black wheels, or black walled wheels. Sorry. So it's got black walls on it. But as you can see, so Hot Wheels, and it just doesn't say anything other than the copyright. But I did eventually find out what it is. But it's in great condition, as you can see. Rolls lovely. But eventually I found out that this is the it just said Turismo STP. That's all it said. Which was quite strange, as it basically said, you know, the STP bit at the bottom there. But anyway, like I said, I found out eventually what it was, but pretty cool, and again wasn't expensive. So that is the Turismo. Then I found this one, which again is irritating stickers, but I like to leave them on so you can see what I paid for them. But again, a little bit cheaper. And I seen one of these not all that long ago on someone's channel. I just can't think whose channel it was that I seen it on, but I seen one very similar to this, but as you can see it says 442 on it, and it just says Hot Wheels 1978 copyright, and it says Fallout 442. So I'm presuming it's based on the Oldsmobile 442, but it is pretty cool. A little bit chipped and dented around, but I like it, so I got it. And again, rolls really well. This would be good to put down a track. So that is the vintage Hot Wheels, and again the bases are in really nice condition. They're really, like I said, they are really substantial. I can see why people like collecting this particular era of Hot Wheels, as I do now. I'm going to try and he's got a couple more vintage pieces I'm gonna get possibly. But so that's the vintage Hot Wheels. But anyway, let's do this one first. So we found this. So obviously it is a Rover. Is the Rover 35, I believe, or is the SDI Rover. So you can see it's 1981 copyright. This hadn't ever been opened before, but the packet literally is falling to pieces. So it doesn't take much to unbox it, but like that 35, I presume that was P, so it wasn't expensive when it was new in the 80s. Not a lot to say on the back really, but there it is. So I just thought it was pretty cool. Got a little bit of damage there, but that's from being in the packet for so long. But not bad, pretty basic, but still pretty cool. Has an opening feature, and it just says made in Great Britain, Rover 3500, but it is a Rover SD1. Sorry, this is a Rover SD1, and these would have usually had a 3.5 litre V8 in them. But so that was anyway. So that's that, and again, wasn't expensive. So, and then this is the interesting piece that I was going on about. So it just says open back Jeep, and it says J48. And again, it's in awesome condition. This is from about the sort of early 80s. I'm just having a little look now. It's 84 copyright, made in Great Britain. So it does say there on the back. but I just thought it was really cool. And again, the guy in the shop couldn't really value it. He was trying to, what he usually does with these cars when he sells them, he sort of goes on eBay or he goes on different sites and sees what they've sold for. So he doesn't go to see what people have put them up for. He goes to see an average of what they've sold for. And then so say this sold for £25 on eBay, and it actually sold for £25. He would find a few, and basically he would say, you know, 15 quid is what he would do, £15. But as he couldn't find this car, he gave it to me for a fiver because he just could not value it. The roof does come off, which is a nice little trick. But we managed to find it with the white interior and without this graphic, and they were sort of fetching £10 to £15, but we couldn't find it in this anywhere. So it could be a rare variation, it might not, it could be, but I do like lifted Jeeps, so I was happy to get this. And like I said, it is in lovely condition, and the roof just pops back on over the glass at the front there and rolls nice, doesn't have any suspension. But for a Corgi of this era, it is quite nicely made. So there we go, Corgi, made in Great Britain, very basic. So that was a great buy. So happy to have that one. That doesn't quite click in. I don't think it will click in because of, but it should just pop like that. I get it in. Yeah, there you go. Right, so that was that. Just move the box to one side. And now we got these actual family. Just bear with me. I just want to move these cars out of the way a minute because these are quite big. So let's just move them to one side and zoom out a little bit. So here is the first one, as you can see. So there we are. And these weird looking tubes. And I believe the copyright on this one is from about upside down. And let's have a little bit of zoom. It should say where are we to? Don't know, I can't see it through the lens now, but I know earlier it did say, there we go, 1999. So about 23-year-old, this particular set, but we will pull it out if we can. There we go. Like I said, not seen these before, so we'll just zoom out a second so we can get a... So we'll look at this one first. And they're quite tightly in here. Actual fact, let's just pop them all out. And it'll make things a little bit easier, possibly. I apologise for the squeaking sound. No, this one don't. Yep, that's it, got it. Right. We can zoom in a bit now. So this looks like Land Rover of some sort. Let's have a little look. It says Land Rover Freelander. But pretty cool. I can feel it's got loads of suspension. That's really, look at the bounce on that. That's cool. So we've got loads of suspension. And the lights are part of the screen, which is a nice touch. But yeah, and the lights on the back are done, so it's quite nicely done. This sort of semi-convertible look. So I do like it, and got quirky colours, but... And then we got this trailer, which is of a similar... Yeah, same colour. So we've got this awesome little trailer. And again, the lights are done nicely, and it's quite weighty. And you've got some other bit like indicator lights there. So that's pretty cool. And if I remember rightly, I think these pull up and you can see there's a person in a bed, and you can see kitchen side, I think it's a sink, and what looks like a dog on the floor. But these are pretty groovy. I quite like these. And then we can just connect it onto the back of that, and that makes quite a nice little set in itself. And like I said, it looks like the same colour gold, but so that's pretty cool. So there's the first two pieces, I suppose you could say. So we move on to one side. Then we got, so a little look. This looks like a, maybe two. So it says Chevy El Camino. Oh, that's very cool. I don't have many El Caminos in my collection, I don't think. But nice in the red. And the front lights are done, so that's pretty cool. And has it got any suspension on this one? Nope. But still a very cool piece. I do like Caminos, El Camino, sorry. So very cool. So that's the Chevy El Camino. Looks like a 70. Yeah, 70. Couldn't see from the reflection. Then we got this unusual looking speedboat, but it's all die-cast bottom, which is quite nice. You've got a yellow man, but very nicely done. Got some wheels. And what I like about these is, even though these are castings from sort of the late 90s, early 2000s, they do have a 70s feel to them, which is pretty cool. It looks like something like, oh yeah, I suppose that's to simulate jet skis if you're taking someone behind the ski, and if you're skiing with them in the water. So that's a pretty cool piece. And then this last one is just very weighty, actually very weighty camper of some sort. Let's have a little look. Truck camper, but it's got the wheels that come off the these wheels come off the convoys, I believe, same as they put on the convoy trucks, Matchbox convoy trucks. And it has got the opening feature, which you cannot see anything inside. There is stuff inside. I can see some seats and other stuff, but we probably won't be able to capture it on camera very well because it's got real dark blue windows. But still, very cool piece, and obviously rolls nice. So that's the first 5-pack. So let's just move these cars aside for 2 seconds. If I can, no, let's drop them on the carpet. Bear with me. Right, so that's the first one, and here's the second one. So again, we'll zoom out briefly. So this is the second one. There you go. And again, like I said, I haven't seen these before. I don't even think I've seen these on Tyrone's channel, building the ultimate Matchbox car collection. But still, I'm sure other you lot out there have seen these before. I'm sure somebody will have seen them. But again, this one's copyright. Before I get too far into it, this one is from maybe 2001. So this one's a couple of years or so newer. But again, we got another one of them awesome caravans. So pretty cool. And again, this one's a bit stiffer. Pull the top up. Can I get it? No. No. There you go. It's one of them things, you don't want to pull it too hard. I don't know my own strength, so if it looks like I'm struggling, I have a habit of ripping things apart. So it's that sort of thing where you don't want to put too much into it, but if you don't put enough, you don't get it anywhere. But as you can see, it's got a blue interior on this one, and again, you've got a person in the bed. Same deal as last time, dog on the floor. Pretty cool. And again, this one's got no painted rear or front details, so that's pretty bit different. And then we got, let's get them all out. Again, apologise for the noise. Right, let's try again. So it looks like, so the other car was this one, which looks like a Mercedes-Benz estate of some sort. So this one has a metal base in red. So we've got some groovy colours. So it says Mercedes-Benz, is that E430? No, can't see. Yeah, 430 wagon. And again, it's got loads of suspension. But weighty, substantially weighty piece. No tow hitch, so that one doesn't go with that. We got this really cool split screen camper, which again has got loads of suspension, but I do like the open top roof, which would be a cloth roof on this, which is pretty cool. So quite nicely done. Got a cycle on the side. And again, no tow hitch. It just says Route 2 VW Transporter. And then we got, I presume this is the one that goes with the caravan. So pretty cool, little Beetle. And it looks just like the one they're doing nowadays. This looks like it's the exact same casting, just obviously a different colour. But this was the difference is this has loads of suspension. It's a shame they don't do suspension on the modern Matchbox, to be honest. I know it doesn't matter as we're not playing with them, but I don't know. I just think it's just cool to have, but it is going to cost more because obviously they have to have a spring inside. But I do like the vintage stuff with the suspension. But anyway, that will marry up to that. Like that. So again, it's a pretty cool set. All display nice. And then the last piece, I suppose if you don't want to tow a caravan round, is this little jet ski, which is an all plastic trailer, but again, nice and weighty little jet ski. So a bit different. A little look underneath. Just says watercraft. But again, pretty cool. It just slides on like that. There you go, little click. And again, you can just... So that's that. So, some interesting pieces today. So let's just put the five pack cars. I've got the dropsies today. The 5-pack cars out like that. I think for the minute. Those are the ones. Like that. And like that. There we go. So pretty cool. So let's zoom out. So they are pretty cool. I like that one a lot, I must admit. That is a cool piece, and that Al Camino's nice. But so yeah, so that's today's video. But with that, please like, share, subscribe. Stay tuned for more vintage unboxings, vintage pieces, wheel swaps, customs, and all that good stuff to come. I will be doing a wheel swap video probably either late tonight or over the weekend. Stay tuned for Vintage Matchbox Monday, as I've got some really cool pieces. Something very different for Matchbox Monday. But anyway, with that, I'll see you all very soon. Thanks for watching.